We continue with this edition of Sun City Report, and we're always interested in your comments and suggestions and ideas on something else we might be able to share with you on these special editions of Sun City Report. So just let us know and we'll try to accommodate you. If you haven't met Cynthia O'Connor, who is the lifestyle director of the Sun City Community Association, you haven't lived, so you're about to meet her right now. Cynthia, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Orion, thank you very much for such a wonderful introduction, and very much my pleasure of seeing you again, sir.
We have a lot to talk about. I do want to mention, because this is an active community. We see that word all the time, active. And I'm amazed at the number of our residents who have various government positions, whether it be on the county board, the village board, and other school and other activities here. Very impressive, and I'm not sure I understand how they find the time when I look at this list of all of the groups that you deal with. Can we talk about the groups and the clubs that you work with and some of the things they do?
Well, yes, actually under the lifestyle umbrella there are 42 chartered clubs and at least 20 or more just various resident interest groups. Along with the charter clubs, of course, they host so many programs for the community, but today we're here to talk about what they do outside of the walls of Sun City Huntley, so Huntley as a whole. Mm-hmm. I have my cheat sheet notes with me because there are so many, many clubs and groups that do things for the community. Many clubs within their own meetings, they have their members bring in cans of food for the food pantry, so they make many donations to the Grafton Food Pantry, and then also they're so giving in regards to their time, their talents, and funding to many of the organizations, their own churches, and it's just amazing the energy that they have that they're extending to the community. So in regards to clubs, they also, like I said, there's so many different programs. Just recently, the Psychopaths Bicycle Club, it is a bicycle club, they made a donation to the unfortunate happenings in Haiti. Right. And I'm sure many other groups and individuals have done so as well. The Bridge Club donated over $1,000 to the Grafton Food Pantry. The Scandinavian Club also donates money to the food pantry. And we also have some other groups, such as the Sun City Woodchucks. They're our woodworking group, and they make over 300 wooden toys to give away to various organizations, and it takes about 35 of their members over the course of 3 months to complete this project. And then they also, and those toys go to Grafton Township, Light Center, Elgin Crisis Center, and this is on an annual basis, at least for the past couple of years that they've done this.
Looking over this list, it looked to me like the Sun City Woodchucks have a lot of fun.
They do
a lot of good. Yeah, it really does.
They do, and it's not only within, I mean, they do so many projects within our community. As a matter of fact, one of those bookcases, bookshelves over there, that was one of their community projects.
Here in the library?
Here in the library, but outside, they've helped the high school with various projects. They've helped the library with projects. They did our own beautiful Meadowview Lodge sign. So they're just a very active group of men and women who donate their time.
Talk to me about the musicians and the singers that are here in Sun City.
Oh, we have a lot of musicians and singers. We have the Prairie Singers and the Prairie Voices. Of course, these are smaller groups of the umbrella group, the Prairie Singers. The Prairie Singers actually was one of the original charter clubs that got together 10 years ago and formed. And since that time, they have various subgroups, the Prairie Voices and the Suntones being smaller singing groups, because of course with over 200 members in total, it would be hard for any one place to house them. But they also do and perform for nursing homes in the area and many other nonprofit organizations. And most recently, I believe they also did a show or performance for someone's 100th birthday.
Oh, really?
In one of the nursing homes.
And I see
in the
they
area.
financially support the Huntley High School band program as well. With
Many of the performing groups, the Prairie Singers being one of them, the concert band, as well as the theater company, they all also have some scholarship programs that are available for local youth, and so this is how they support the high school as well.
We've got time maybe to name 2 or 3 other organizations that that find various ways. I noticed even shipping quilts or blankets to overseas.
Yes, sir, they do. The So-and-So's is one of the original charter clubs that started 10 years ago, and they began as a small group and have just blossomed into a very well-working group who donated many items to the community. Their original project was Project Linus, where they make handmade quilts and donate those to local hospitals. They branched off into baby caps and also knitting caps for premature babies that are donated to hospitals. But they also do chemo caps for patients going through chemotherapy, so it's more comfortable for them in the hospital. But in addition to that, and you know, I apologize because there's so many different groups in the community that do so many different things. Yeah. But recently they also had a new project where they have donated hundreds of quilts overseas to the soldiers in Afghanistan.
As you say, we would need a 3-hour Sun City report to name all of the organizations and what they do.
And isn't that a wonderful thing?
It really is. People who are watching us right now, if they want to join a club, what's the best thing to do? Call you and get the information, or what?
Well, if they'd like to join a club, in our monthly magazine, the Prairie Lodge Lifestyles magazine, there is a charter club section. There is a contact page on there, and each of the contacts for the various clubs are listed in general information, so they can contact the clubs directly that they're interested in.
Well, you're a busy lady, and the clubs are very busy, and inside each neighborhood, people take care of each other. It truly is a community spirit, and I'm glad you're a part of it.
Oh, thank you. It is, you know, we work with wonderful groups. As a matter of fact, with the association, we also work with breast cancer awareness groups to do the breast cancer walk. Those monies go outside. Heifer International.
I'm familiar with that one.
We co-sponsor a very fun program coming up in the spring. Those monies also go out to the outside, and like I said, many more, and we don't have time to mention them all.
No, we don't, because we're out of time, but thank you for sharing with us, okay?
Well, thank you for having me.
This is our lifestyle director with the Sun City Community Association, Cynthia O'Connor, and it's nice to have her with us. We'll be back to talk to Dave Johnson, the village manager of Huntley, when we continue with this edition of Sun City Report.